9 things that you should never tell a woman. Hi, guys. I'm Apollonia Ponti. I'm your dating, relationship, and attraction coach for men. And I help men get real sustainable results, not only in their love lives, but in their life in general and dating and relationships. And in today's video, we're going to talk about what things that you should never say, obviously. And I get it. Sometimes things that we say can just come out when we feel comfortable. But I want to give you also the reasons why we should never say this. So let's get into it. Number one is you don't ever really want to talk about how much you really hate and despise your ex, especially too early on. Listen, we all have a past, we all have things we've been through, but we don't want to just outright come out in the beginning stages of dating someone and talk about how much we may hate our ex. Now, as women, when we hear another man talking bad about other women, this is a big red flag for us. This will put off all safety measures for us. All red flags will go off in our head and it minimizes attraction instantly. So what's really important is I get it. You hate your ex probably, right? You've been through some stuff. I get it. But this is more for yourself, your friends, and really for you to maybe even try to, which I have tons of videos about, really try to better that relationship for yourself internally in order to set yourself free if you still have anger that you're holding on to in regards to this. So you never really want to talk about how much you hate someone or your ex on the first initial stages of you dating. Now, as you go into it and you guys have a commitment and you're getting there, you do want to be open about this relationship, but you also need to remember there's a difference between being open and not liking someone and being open and still reacting from that past, okay? Number two is that you lack ambition. You never want to show or say that you lack ambition on a date. What's really important is that you understand that people, not only women, but people are attracted to someone who is ambitious, especially if they're ambitious themselves. A long time ago, my friend was telling me how she went on a date with a guy that she had really hit it off with, and they were talking on the phone before and they went out to dinner. And at dinner, he was talking about how he's in a time of his life where he is not maintaining his goals. He's not working out a lot. He's trying to figure stuff out and he's really lacking ambition. He's going in and out of depression. And even though it was that she was still attracted to him in those times because they had a lot going on, she had a huge radar go up and she was like, oh, I have to be careful. This guy is probably not knowing what he wants. Here's the thing. She came to me and she said, it's not that I don't like that he's letting go of his goals, obviously. I want a man that's ambitious, but I'm scared that he's going to not know what he wants in the future or not be a good boyfriend for me in the future. So this was so big. And I want to remind you guys, when we go through things in life, it's okay. But there's certain people that we share this with. Remember, have they earned the right to my story? Have they earned the right to my vulnerability is a huge thing. And what I talk about and how men show vulnerability and how to do it the right way without coming off needy, which I'll put up here on the links here in the cards for the next video if you would like to watch that. Now, number three is you don't want to tell a woman that you look really tired or sick, okay? I bet you I'm gonna get a lot of comments just in general with you guys saying you look tired, Apollonia, but it's okay. It'll be funny. Anyways, don't do that. Anyway, so what I was saying here is you don't want to say like, oh, you look tired, you look sick, or something like that, because even if she's tired or sick, as a woman, how we interpret that, and let me tell you why. As women, we are raised, and it's getting better now these days, but it's still there. We are raised to keep up with the Joneses. So, we have to keep our size 2 figure, our size 4 figure, our size 6 figure, whatever we're comfortable with and we feel. We're so and we're so enamored in how we have to look perfect and our skin has to be smooth and we can't have bags around our eyes, and the moment our white hairs show, we got to dye it. We've always been women that have to always keep up with what we look like and present ourselves. So it's also a big thing in the women community to for men to understand that we pride ourselves in our confidence and how we and the things that we have overcome. 9 out of 10 women have actually dealt with depression and body dysmorphia or low confidence, low self-esteem in the way they look. And the reason why I say this, guys, is because a lot of times we don't understand why we can't say these things, right? And I get it because you're not a woman, possibly, or you are a woman that's watching this. Maybe you can agree with this and say it below in the comments and say this, but it's hard to understand when you're not actually going through it or working with women and understanding it. Or either you probably do see it because you have sisters or you surround yourself with a lot of women as well, and you can see that. Number four is you don't want to say, "Are you sure you want to eat that?" Ooh, my gosh, is that a big thing? All right. My sister, actually, she's gonna kill me for saying this. Maybe I shouldn't, but whatever. My sister had a boyfriend, and she said the number one thing that turned him off when they were traveling, and she started to have doubts about him because he started to say things like that. And she is a beautiful girl. I mean, like, she keeps up with herself. She's just gorgeous. And I'm not just saying this because she's my sister, but the thing about that is she's a foodie just like me, but she works out, she's healthy, she does things. And when she's traveling, she likes to explore different cultures and eat different things. And her boyfriend at the time looked at her and he said, "Are you sure you want to eat that?" Boy, the sisterly radar, let me tell you, went in my head on that. I wanted to jump through the phone and probably hit her boyfriend. But obviously, I'm Apollonia. I'm definitely not going to do that. I told her, like, there's something deeper going on with him than it is with you, obviously. And we got to, and they ended up breaking up. So here's the thing, guys. There's a different way to talk about something if you see something unhealthy in your girlfriend's life, okay? And so you don't want to say, "Are you sure you want to eat that?" Like, that's such a manipulation thing. And also, too, again, reiterating what as women that we go through when it comes to body dysmorphia, comparing ourselves with online, keeping up with the Joneses, and so much more. So it's really important to understand that. Now, I'm not excusing the behavior of not being healthy, but what I am saying is that we just want to pick and choose our battles as well when we're going in and talking to women. Next is you don't want to say something, and this is a big one for me. Is it that time of the month? Oh, it must be that time of the month, right? Oh no, you never want to say that to a woman. Let me just carry on with this because that is a number one thing you don't want to say. Number six, you don't want to say, "Oh, you're so emotional. Calm down." I mean, you as a man don't want someone to tell you to calm down because as soon as they say you calm down, you don't calm down. You actually do exact opposite, right? So you just want to make sure that we are understanding how to effectively communicate with people, right? "Oh, you're being too emotional." Well, what if she is being too emotional? That's okay. Obviously, let's not state the obvious because then it's just going to reiterate exactly what I've been saying through this video. Number seven, this is one that a lot of men say when they're actually approaching women or probably in line in the coffee shop or something. This is the worst pickup line you ever want to say. "You would look prettier if you smiled." Oh my, I've heard this so many times from men, and I'm just like so taken back when they do this. Why? Here's why. If you would look prettier if you smiled, it's kind of like you're implementing that you're trying to force me to smile, number one. So that's control. Number two, for me at least, and I'm sure a lot of other women. And number two is you're trying to tell me that I'm going to look prettier if I smile. And you're telling me something that I don't want to do right now. Why don't you try to have a conversation with me and see if I smile and then compliment my smile, right? It automatically puts someone in the defense. That's what I'm trying to get to, guys. And you know how I am. I keep it very real, even if it's hard to hear, because I want to give you guys real understanding around why women think this way or why we shouldn't say these things and what goes on in our head, even if it's not the prettiest to hear, but I'm just giving it to you as is. So what's really important here is it's implementing that either we're not happy or it's implementing that we're not pretty, right? And so one of the things that I've noticed, like when men do this, is it already makes that woman in a position where she doesn't want to talk to you and she's annoyed already. So it's really hard to recover after that one. Okay, guys? So let's just not lead with it at all if you have before. And then number nine, number eight, you don't want to say to a woman, okay, so first, let me just take it back. For guys that have listened to my channel for a while, you know that there's one thing that I always say. When you're on dates with a woman, you can compliment her beauty if you'd like to every once in a while. Obviously, if it's the moment, don't overdo it at all. But the biggest thing that you can do is actually compliment a woman for what she's had to work for. Okay. Now, there's where a compliment can go wrong. When you say to a woman, "You're very smart and well spoken for a woman." Ooh, That even sets me off just having to say that out loud, guys. And right now I'm going in my head and asking myself, why does this set me off as a woman? Here's why. Now, as before I was a coach, I climbed up the corporate ladder and became a private banker and became a VP of a bank, right? A VP status of a bank. And I remember having to climb that corporate ladder, and as a woman I had to climb 10 times harder. And yes, it doesn't make sense because as men, you're not in our shoes going through that, but maybe have seen it in some of the women that you've hired. And there's so many men now more than ever these days that are seeing this and actually are helping women through this and treating them like as if a man was in the workplace as well, right? And so here's what I have to say beyond just getting into all of the politics about this. But what I'm saying is a lot of women have to prove so much about themselves when it comes to work, when it comes to the natural ways, basically the being of a woman in life. Everything of our existence has been incorporated by men directing us on what to do since, back in the days, right? If we look at history itself. And now more than ever, there's a new shining light about this that I talk very openly about, where we need to also understand that there's more to it than just being a smart and well-spoken woman. There's more to embracing the both sides of a man and a woman being together in a relationship instead of just a woman leading with independence, which I have a bunch of videos about, which we're going to talk about in the next video as well, probably. Next to, in regards to this, is because when a man tells me, especially a man or a woman, that I'm smart or very well spoken, the reason why it triggers me as a woman is because it's basically implementing that women are not smart and well spoken. That's what I hear from that. And so it just takes me back to all the times that I had to prove myself. So it takes a woman back to that place of that we don't like to remember, basically that place of I've had to work 10 times harder. And so you're putting a woman in the in just an automatic defense. So instead, when you compliment her, you want to say something like, you're such a smart, well-spoken and enlightened woman. I'm so happy to be in your presence and having this conversation with you. Right? And you're not telling her that because she's a woman, it's very rare that she's smart, right? What you're just saying is you're just complimenting her on that present moment. And this is something that I've seen clients do actually as well on their dates. And this is something that I wanted to bring to your attention just in case, because I don't want you to do this. There's other ways to go about that as well. Now, number 9 is, it goes on to what I was saying, is you say to a woman, so on a date, so you're an independent woman, huh? With that tone, right? Listen, man, I get it. I totally get it. It is like alert, alert, alert when a woman says she's independent. But here's the thing, guys. You have to understand that there's a difference between in a woman that's independent and says, I don't need a man in my life to succeed. I don't need a man type of mentality, like whatever, like you kiss my toes and you work for me and I do nothing because I'm a woman. No. But then there's women out there that are very independent and that are open to a mutual effort of a man complimenting her in her life. Here's the thing, guys. If you want sustainability in your relationships, of course you want a woman with some type of independence. So when you're in a relationship, the both of you can have interdependence in your relationships, right? There is something so powerful when two couples are in sync and building something together. Now, every couple is different. I'm not a woman that believes like I don't need a man. I believe that I need my husband in a true way because without him, I wouldn't be who I am today. It is not coming from a need of saying, oh, I'm codependent on him, but I appreciate what he brings to my relationship because he is a leader, because into my marriage, because he has a dominant presence and always makes the right decisions, not for him, but for us. So I trust in that. And so it gives me the opportunity to be more in my feminine and trust him, guys. And this is something I talk so much about in my algorithm of attraction program. I talk all about attraction. It's one of my biggest courses that I've nothing like this out there. And it's really all about attraction. So if you want to get help with attracting women, get better attracting a woman, get sustainable results, you'll see a bunch of testimonials. Click the link below and book a call. I want you to book a call with us and see if you're a great fit for our algorithm of attraction program. Because inside this program, you get so much, not only sustainable results. There's so many aha moments. So you're now naturally leaded to making better choices, attracting women, bringing in the right women, creating a better relationship, whatever the case may be. So if you want to get more information, click the link below. We'll sign you up, book a call with us, and we'll see if you're a good fit for the program as well. And as always, since you stayed till the very end of this video, I have something very special for you. It's my free ebook called 7 Common Mistakes That Men Make When Attracting Women. You can click it right below and check that out. And also, stay here and watch this next video as well. As always, see you in the next one. Remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.